Thanks for tuning in to the Urban Scope podcast. I'm back with another Inside the Scope edition of my podcast. And today, Inside the Scope, I will have Andre 3000. Now, Andre 3000 is one of the best kept secrets in hip hop. Coming, originating from that Outcast crew with Big Boy, coming from Atlanta, originating in a time where Southern hip hop wasn't respected, a time where Southern hip hop still today is still trying to get respect. It's mostly from East Coast artists and East Coast critics. But Andre 3000 was different from most hip hop artists, especially in the South. He was very lyrical, had mystique, the way he dressed, the fashion that he imposed, especially later in his career, the things that he liked and the things that he talked about and the messaging that he had was very important. Always preaching about betterment of the race and betterment of yourself and not subjecting yourself to a certain stigma, being above that. And he defined lyricism and he was able to bring that pop appeal and cross over hip hop into a new genre, especially later in his career with Outkast and what they were able to do as far as Grammy success, album success, just overall pop success, and having other people listen to their music that generally don't listen to hip hop, but the tunes were so and the hits were so undeniable. Even people who claim to not like hip hop still had to embrace the culture, whether they liked it or not, because the song was so catchy. Their kids, their family members were singing, friends, and they had to embrace it. And Andre 3000 was a big part of that success and for that crossover success as well. Now, we've seen glimpses of greatness from Andre 3000, but I believe he still has another stratosphere to go to, and that's by releasing a solo project. Now, on the speaker box, the Love Below part, which is considered his solo album, we need more from him. It's similar to what a Lauren Hill has to face. Lauren Hill, we know where her talent is, but we just need to see more music. And unfortunately, we never got that. She released that album in the late '90s and still hasn't released a solo project since then or anything really. So especially with the success that she had, getting all those Grammys and selling all those records, the follow up can be difficult. But they had the resources to do so. Even a Cardi B more recently, and I'll cover in a little bit, and a couple of weeks about artists following up with that second album, especially after huge first album success. But you can't put Andre 3000 or Lauren Hill in the top 10 or even Cardi B in the top 10 because it's just not enough to go off of. Biggie was different because unfortunately to his untimely demise, he didn't get to put out more music. He did still put out 3 albums before he left us, but um his ability and things that he did kind of circumvent that, but that's the story for another day. But Andre has one of the best pens in hip hop history, just not just current or within the last decade or so. It's just history. He has the best pen of all time. I want to say in any genre, just because of the thought process. And for me, it's difficult to pick the best verse from him. I guess guest appearance verse. You have so many with the International Players Anthem. You have the Walk It Out remix, the Life of the Party song that he had, the Art of Storytelling Part 4, which is on the DJ Drama album, and then the Green Light song featuring John Legend. So there's so many verses to pick from as far as a guest verse. Now, if you want to ask what his best verse of all time is, I want to say it's from the Elevators Me and You song. But as far as guest appearances, I want to say it's John Legend Green Light, just for the fact of the cadence and the flow that he had and what the subject matter and the analogies, everything was great about that green light appearance that he had. And it was an unusual combination that I would never think that would have came together, but it made sense. And it was a huge hit for John Legend at the time. And I think Andre 3000 had a lot to do with that just off of his flow and cadence and just his unique rapping ability. He embodies the true MC and what the MC is supposed to be about. Not just being lyrical, but being box office as well. It's very difficult to do both. A lot of people specialize in one or the other, but he has a unique ability to be able to do both. And we know he's in a class of his own as far as rapping. Anytime somebody asks who is the pure lyricist, he's going to be in people's top five. But as far as rap general, they don't put him in the top five just because of output, solo output. But um, like I talked about, he has that he has a unique ability to be a conscious rapper, but still relate to the casual hip hop fans or the younger hip hop fans. Artists like Mos Def, Common, Lupe, they don't get the credit that they deserve because they don't have that ability, that unique ability to cross over like Andre 3000 has, just because of the cadence that he uses and his rap style. He's not he's preaching to you, but he don't make it seem like he's preaching to you just because of his animation and the way his voice is and his diction and things like that. That's very unique. Now, only recently until J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar was able to, not have that pop appeal like that. More so, Kendrick doesn't have that pop appeal, but he can be a conscious rapper and still be able to reach the masses. And I believe that was after the Drake beef. A lot of people didn't appreciate him like they should have. Now they do. They realize the artistry that he has. But nevertheless, Andre is a top five lyricist and very creative with his writing. Very honest and transparent parent as well. If you listen to his music, he's actually talking about crucial parts of his life. But if you haven't checked them out, definitely check out Andre 3000. And until next time, I'll see you next time.